Guys, today I'm going to be showing you an EMP build that you can use in Legendary. It's a pretty powerful EMP build. It does a lot of damage towards robotics, and obviously in Legendary there are a lot of robotics. You can also use this on invaded missions, pretty much any type of content really. It's pretty fun. Anyways, let me take you through the build. Okay, so on here we're going to be running 4 pieces of hardwired. Okay, 2 pieces gives you 15% skill haste, 3 pieces gives you 15% skill damage, and 30% repair skills. On the hardwired brand set, when you have 4 pieces, you unlock a talent called Feedback Loop. Whenever you use or cancel a skill, your other skill's cooldown is automatically reduced by 30 seconds while increasing the total skill damage and repair by 10% for 20 seconds. Feedback loop can occur once every 20 seconds. So what that means is when you have any skills that are either 30 seconds or 30 seconds below on cooldown, you practically get them straight away when you activate your other skill or cancel your other skill. Okay, so I'll show you that in the shooting range on what that looks like. So we're running the backpack on purpose for this because it decreases the feedback loop cooldown from 20 seconds to 10 seconds, which is a lot. Okay, so we're able to use the feedback loop quite often. Okay, so what I have on here is I have status effect with skill haste. Here I have status effect. On the knee pads I have status effect, and on the holster I have status effect. So you want to run status effect on all the attributes, and you want to run skill haste as the gear mods. For my chest piece, I'm running the China Light chest piece because it gives me 15% explosive damage. And on here I have skill haste, status effect, and skill haste. I have glass cannon on here as a talent. All damage you deal is amplified by 25%. All damage you take is amplified by 50%. So I'm fine with using glass cannon. It doesn't affect me at all. Maybe for some people they don't want to use glass cannon. Okay, but that's the only downside to the build, I guess, is that you're really squishy. But you do have to play quite smart, maybe behind cover most of the time. For my last piece on the build, I'm using the Val Exotic Mask. Okay, so this has a talent called Toxic Delivery. So status effect also apply damage over time debuff for 10 seconds. Total damage dealt is equal to 50% of your concussion grenade damage and increased by your status effect attributes. So this is so using the Val Mask is actually what gives me the damage, gives me the increased damage on the Jammer Pulse. Alright, so using the Val Mask, you can also, when you have the Val Mask on, say I'm running a foam, I'm running the, I don't know, let me take a look, I'm running the Riot Foam, or I'm running the Firefly, Blinder Firefly, you can actually do damage with that because the Val Mask actually allows you to do damage with that. Okay, so it's actually very good to use the Val Mask. It increases the damage or the status effect damage. I'm also using China Light. There's a reason, because explosive damage buffs the Val Mask indirectly due to it buffing the concussion grenade. So it says here 50% of the concussion grenade, right? Total damage dealt is equal to 50% of your concussion grenade. So I'll show you the concussion grenade. So that is the damage. You basically get half of that damage from the concussion grenade, which is actually a lot. Okay, and having a explosive damage increases that too. Okay, so for my skills, I'm using the Restorer Hive and I'm using the Jammer Pulse. For the first skill, you can use whatever skill you want. I like to use the Hive, or sometimes I'll switch to the Shield. All right. For my specialization, I'm using the Crossbow. There's a reason I'm using the Crossbow. You can actually increase the damage on the Val Mask if you use Demolitionist, because as I said, you get 10% increased explosive damage, which actually increases the damage for the Jammer. But I'm using the Survivalist just because I have 10% protection from elites. It's not really the deal breaker for me choosing this, but mainly for this bit here, Survivalist Tactical Link. Group members get 10% bonus damage to targets with status effect. So the radius for the Jammer Pulse is quite big, especially when you're using it in Legendary. And if you have DPS players with you or 2 DPS players with you, they can do damage to those people that are affected, which is pretty useful for the team. Your team is basically able to hit harder towards, do more damage towards the enemies, and especially robotics. You've also got the incendiary grenades. So if you know where they spawn, you can throw it just beforehand and you can get them on fire. Okay, but these two are just add-ons, but the main thing I wanted from the specialization is this bit here. The group members get 10% bonus damage to targets with Say's effect. All right, so let me show you what it looks like in action. Okay, and I forgot actually to mention to you guys, for weapons, it's completely up to you for weapons. But currently, as you can see, I'm using the Scorpio. I'm using the test subject, so that has perfectly in sync. And I'm using the card 45 that has perpetuation, which is actually pretty good. Headshots grant 50 status effect damage and duration to the next status effect you apply. But remember, when you hit that headshot, you cannot swap to another weapon. Make sure you have that weapon on and then do a status effect. Because if you swap that weapon, you will actually unproc the talent. Okay, so I'm going to disable this. Oh, my bad. I'll actually show you the DPS on here. I think I just want to change something quickly. Okay, it's on heroic. It changes to hard. So we'll get some purples and yellows. Okay, so you can see the H down there, which is the hardwired logo. So that's actually the feedback loop not on cooldown. So I will get my jammer pulse straight away. Okay, so I have to do that. You can see it's doing a lot of damage towards everyone. Even the purple is doing quite a bit of damage to the purple. So you can see the H. Once I place my skill down, I can activate my jammer straight away. So what I tend to do is I'll pick that up, let that go on cooldown. So once that H disappears, the second H, once that disappears, there you go. I can get my jammer back again. Okay. So that is basically the cooldown. So you just have to wait for that to turn orange, I guess, which is the best indicator. Okay, now I can get my jammer back straight away. I'm doing quite a bit of damage as well. Okay, for the duration of the jammer pulse, the EMP effect duration is 7.7 seconds. I actually don't have any mods in there. I think you can increase the duration. But this is pretty much the build, guys. It's a lot of fun.